Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. I am a fourth year foundation phase student, and today we will be discovering, rediscovering, recapping how to do referencing. Now today we are going to be doing Harvard style referencing. Unfortunately, I am not familiar with any of the other styles because my university uses the Harvard style. So before we start, I know that there are many referencing sites and they are wonderful and great, but I have spoken to a few people and they have mentioned to me that they are not always credible. So please just double check, triple check those references if you are using those sites. Now, the method that I have now used for my research assignments and just my regular assignments is when I get my references, I write them down as I'm going along. And another thing that I learned this week was that even though I have concrete information, I am not using enough resources, enough references to back up what I am actually talking about. So with that being said, make sure that you have more than one reference to really prove your point. But for now, let's just get straight into how to reference. So as you can see, I've written down a reference on the board. Now it is important to know that different references such as books, websites, journals, thesis, they all kind of have a slightly different format. But let's take a closer look at some things that will never change. So if you take a closer look, you are always going to start with the author or authors. And what you're going to do is you're going to write the surname first. The surname always comes first and then the initial. You'll put the surname, a comma, initial, and then a full stop. Then you will do the year of publication. This stays the same in any reference. And then you'll put another full stop. Then you'll put the title of the journal or the book or whatever. So I came up with my own title and I said, I am a great teacher. And this will be in italics. The title of anything will always be in italics. So as you can see, I've written something down in very poor cursive. And then you will put the place of publication, and if it is a book, you will put the publisher down as well. This one is specifically for a book, but if you're going to do a journal entry, you're going to change the place of publication and publisher, and the information that you'll put in there are as follows. For a journal, you are going to add the volume and the page numbers as well. And then you can also add the date that it was issued if that is available to you. If you are referencing a website, a report, or a blog, instead of the publication, the place of publication, you are going to enter the URL. So that will look something like www.beingthefoundation.co.za or whatever it is. If you are referencing your course notes, which yes, you are allowed to do that, the thing that will change is that you will just put the publisher. And the publisher is the university that you're studying at, so that will be put in as a whole. So instead of saying UWC, you will say the University of the Western Cape. If you are referencing a government gazette, which yes, we do that, especially in the education field, we have many government gazettes that we work off of, mainly the CAPS documents. Keep in mind, the title of these government gazettes don't get written in italics. The thing that will change is the publication. You will put the publication in, but that will be in italics, and then you can also add the date that it was issued, as well as the volume and the page numbers. Those are the main resources and references that we use when we are doing academic assignments. But now let's briefly touch on citations and how to in-text reference. That is really simple and it is easy enough. So if you are referencing a author or if you are starting your sentence with according to Emily, then you are going to say according to, and then you're going to use the surname of the author. So if we use the same author over here, which is Chase, you're going to say according to Chase, and then in brackets you're going to write the year that was put in. And then you finish the rest of your sentence. And then at the end of your sentence, you are going to cite or in-text reference. And the way that that looks is before you put the full stop, you are going to put open brackets. You are going to put the authors, you're going to put a comma and the date. And then next to the date, if you are needing to cite a book or a journal or something, an article that has page numbers, you're going to put a colon and then you're going to put the page numbers. So it is, just to quickly recap, the citation at the end of the sentence. You're going to start with a bracket. You're going to put the authors in, just their surnames, not the initials. You're going to put a comma, the year of publication, and then you're going to put a semicolon. And if needed, if it is a website, you don't need to add page numbers, but if you need to add page numbers, you put it after the semicolon and close bracket and then full stop. That is the end of your sentence. If there is no date to be found on any of these publications that you are working through, in the books, in the journals, etc., then something that I learned earlier in the week is that you put in brackets no date. But if you're doing a citation or an in-text reference, you still put the author's name and then you put a comma and you say no date. The way that you would do it in your references is the same. You would put the name and initial, the surname and the initial of the author, a full stop, and then you are going to say no date, full stop, and then you're going to carry on with the rest of the reference. The same goes for if there is no author, you just put the words anonymous and then you put the rest of the reference in it. And if it is in your in-text referencing, you just put anon, full stop, comma, and the date, and then close bracket. Now, I just would like to remind you that this is the Harvard way of doing things. There are other reference methods, of course, but there are many resources and videos and YouTube videos that can help you reference accordingly. If you are unsure about anything, you are more than welcome to Google. Google is very handy at telling you exactly how to reference and giving you examples. I really do hope this video was helpful though, and I wish you all the best with your referencing. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!